Tonight on KGW News, it's not even Thanksgiving and porch pirates are already playing Grinch.
It's pretty annoying. I mean, we work hard for everything we have.
The local police department that's offering to guard your deliveries. Also tonight, rescuers search for signs of a hiker missing near Mount Hood for 4 days and counting.
We're just all concerned. It's not like her not to show up to work.
Plus, the Oregon House race that's still too close to call. Why the final tally will make a big difference in how much power Democrats hold in Salem. And later, the effort to return ownership of Oregon's largest ski resort from a big corporation to locals.
We have some muscle behind this, and we have people who are passionate, and they do share the vision.
We begin with a developing story this evening in Wilsonville, where Clackamas County Sheriff's deputies say they are investigating 2 deaths. Authorities spent several hours focused on a home tonight on Southwest Barber Street in the Villavois neighborhood. Deputies say this all began with a report of a shooting around 3:30 this afternoon. When authorities arrived, they say they found 2 men dead inside the home. Investigators say they believe the 2 knew each other, though at this point they are not saying anything about a motive or a suspect. They do add there is no known threat to the public. We will keep you updated as we learn more. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm David Molko. Now to a warning about thieves who are once again stealing holiday deliveries off porches. And while some people in Gladstone are the latest victims, as Catherine Cook reports, local police are offering their neighbors an option to help them avoid getting ripped off.
They're sure signs of the holidays: decorations, lights, and package thieves. For them, 'tis the season to steal people's joy. It just happened in this Gladstone neighborhood at Corey Saban's house.
Walked right up, took it.
Saban's doorbell camera caught the alleged crook swiping 2 boxes from his stoop Saturday afternoon.
It's pretty annoying. I mean, we work hard for everything we have, and for people to just come and take it, not even knowing what was in it. It was a kid's toy. So.
A neighbor chased after the suspect and noted his car, a white Honda Civic with Washington plates. Police are on the lookout for it, though they say crooks in these cases move from town to town, often trailing package delivery trucks. Like so many theft victims, Corey's pretty discouraged by all of it.
I don't think it's going to change one way or another, personally.
A lot of people are willing to risk having their packages stolen during the holidays, but Gladstone Police offers a special service to help them avoid that.
This year, there was the 7th year we've done it. We do what we call the Santa Squad.
Gladstone Police Sergeant Eric Graves says if you order a package, you can have it delivered to their police department between November 18th and December 23rd. You just have to live in Gladstone.
If we did it for everybody, we'd be overwhelmed with packages.
Graves says if you use the service, address deliveries to Care of Gladstone Police, then let the department know it's on the way. They'll hold packages in the Code Enforcement Office and let you know when it arrives.
I know Amazon and all those other agencies that have, you can send it to a locker or something like that. We don't have very many of those, if any, in town, so we figured that this would be a good way to help that during the holidays.
A gift to the community of sorts.
That's our ultimate goal, is to have less package theft.
And maybe a little more joy. In Gladstone, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines, search and rescue crews spent a 3rd day looking for a missing hiker on Mount Hood. 61-year-old Susan Fournier was reported missing Friday after she didn't show up to work. A friend found her white Ford pickup along East Salmon River Road near a trailhead. That's where crews have now centered their search.
I saw the truck parked on the side of the road, and it just hit me as odd because that's not really a place someone who's hiking that trail there would park.
Both deputies and friends say Fournier is an experienced hiker and knows the area well. It is unclear if she was prepared, though, to spend the night in the wilderness. In St. Helens, the school board named a new acting superintendent tonight. Dr. Steve Webb was the superintendent at Vancouver Public Schools from 2008 to 2021. He will take over while the district superintendent is on leave, accused of failing to report allegations of sex abuse involving teachers at the high school. In all, 7 educators are under some sort of investigation.
To acknowledge the severity of the challenges our district needs to overcome given the recent arrests for sexual abuse, additional open investigations, and the demands for more transparency. We know it will take concerted effort and significant time to address the trust that has been broken between our community and school district.
The St. Helens High School principal also remains on administrative leave. And in Albany, striking teachers are set to lose their health insurance this coming Sunday. The district says only, quote, active employees are covered under state educator benefit rules. The state teachers union is expected to cover the cost of COBRA policies for its members to maintain their insurance. It appears classroom sizes, inadequate staffing are hampering an agreement there, with the strike about to stretch into its third week. We are nearly 3 weeks past Election Day, with tomorrow at 5 p.m. the deadline to cure your ballot if it was flagged for something like a signature mistake. And those final votes in one Oregon House district in particular could end up having major statewide implications. Let's bring in Alma McCarty now in the newsroom with the latest on this, because Alma, whether or not Democrats will have a supermajority in Salem now hinges on winning that seat.
Yeah, David, if you've been following the election results closely, you know we're talking about House District 22, the race between incumbent Representative Tracy Kramer, who is a Republican, and Democrat Leslie Munoz, with Munoz currently leading by 149 votes, according to the latest count.
In the 20 days since Election Day, Oregonians have found out most of the projected winners. But in Marion County, one of the races is still too close to call.
In the House, it looked like there wasn't going to be any movement at all. And then this one district in the Salem area, District 22, the late votes seem to be moving towards the Democrat, and the Democrat has taken a slight lead.
That Democrat, Leslie Munoz, hoping to beat Republican Tracy Kramer, the incumbent. As of Monday, only 149 votes separate the two, with the Marion County clerk confirming the ballot curing process is still underway, with nearly 500 ballots in the district still listed as unaccepted. Throughout the entire county, the clerk says more than 3,000 ballots required a signature verification before the votes would count. And elections officials sent out this letter to those voters in an attempt to cure them. But in District 22 especially, he tells me there's been a concerted effort by the campaigns and the parties to cure as many as possible. That's because a supermajority is on the line.
What is a supermajority? You know, the way people talk about it, it's like there's a majority with a cape on that's trying to fly through the air. All the supermajority means is that you need 3/5 majority in a state house, the Senate or the House of Representatives, to pass tax measures.
Pacific University politics professor Jim Moore explains to pass other bills, it's not really necessary, but it is a requirement to pass specialized taxes and has been since 2005.
So it's what Oregon came up with, and we the people voted on it and said, yes, we want 3/5 in both houses in order to pass anything that's a tax.
Believing transportation will be a big issue in the upcoming legislative session, he gives this as an example.
We have a gas tax, but electric cars don't pay it because they don't go to the gas pump. And hybrids, use lower amounts of gas and things like that. So is there some kind of a tax that could be put on electric cars and things like that?
Now, the Oregon Senate already has a supermajority. As for District 22, an automatic recount would only happen if around 40 votes or less separates the two candidates. If not before, we will know the outcome by December 2nd, the deadline for certifying the results. David?
Thanks, Alma. Appreciate that update tonight. Developing this evening, unionized workers at 11 new Seasons stores in the Portland metro are asking shoppers to boycott the chain and to support their one-day walkout on the day before Thanksgiving. We heard from a company spokesperson who said all of these stores with strikes planned on Wednesday will remain open for customers. Union members we spoke with today say they still haven't heard anything in negotiations that will help workers earn a living wage. The company statement said the average worker at New Seasons earns $20.75 per hour for non-management positions.
Maintain the same benefits that we have now, in addition to higher wages, more PTO, better benefits all around.
A New Seasons spokesperson says the company supports its staff's right to protest.